2024 has been an interesting one for How to Code Well in several reasons. There was a period of time this year where I literally did not touch How to Code Well. This whole thing wasn't being touched, and you may have seen videos going out that had already been produced and scheduled up, but in terms of where my head was, it wasn't a priority. Life happened and I needed to take some time off, so there was a big chunk of time of the year where I didn't do anything. And also I was busy working myself as a contractor. And then moving on through the year, there was a big period of time where I didn't do any contracting work, and I was focusing on, I think probably in the last 2, maybe 3 months, I've been focusing solidly on How to Code Well. So this is why we're seeing more of a ramp up of content being added, and I'll mention all of that later. But one of the biggest things that have happened this year has been the build of howtocodewell.net, the website, which I am going to show off now. The website itself, the website howtocodewell.net, I'm going to plug this as many times as I can today, is the website where I'm going to put all of my content, all of the How to Code Well content, including tutorials, articles, podcasts, and courses, right? And we started the year off, or we started this process off by taking a look at some of my courses that are on the web, on the YouTubes, setting them to be members only, and then having them on the website as premium courses for people to purchase. So we have the PHP MySQLi, PHP Control Structures, Linux Bash for Beginners, and PHP CLI Basics. But if I go to the courses page itself, we have PHP Strings for Beginners, HTML for Beginners, and Docker for Beginners. And if you go through the back catalog on the YouTube, I've got something like 600 videos. If you go through those, you'll see that there are collections of courses or tutorials that have made a course. What I'm going to be doing is taking them off of public access, putting them on this as paid access. And then once that's done, I can then build new courses and whatnot. But something that has also happened this year is the single tutorials. And I really got into that probably in the last month or so, where 2 months or so, when I got sponsored by Cloudways for producing some Laravel videos. So Laravel is a topic that I haven't really been playing with on How to Code Well much, but actually it's certainly helping me out from a career point of view, because as a contractor, sometimes I get asked, do you know Laravel? And my CV is pretty much all Symfony and other bits of frameworks, Drupal and Magento and whatnot. There wasn't really anything on there that stuck out as a Laravel thing. So when Cloudways was like, you can build whatever you want, just mention the Cloudways platform and do it in a very non-salesy way, I jumped on that and we built some really awesome Laravel tutorials, which taught me a lot to do with Laravel. But coming up, there's going to be some tutorials around the middleware of Laravel, and I have these scheduled up coming, will be published in January, but they are, or later next year, but they are available now for YouTube members and Patreons. So we have, this is the Patreon site here, excuse me. So we've got how to log in without a login form. So that's pragmatically logging in with Laravel. And then we have edit requests in the Laravel middleware. So this is how to use the middleware to manipulate the Laravel requests. And then under that, we have how to use Laravel middleware groups to group your routes into certain middleware classes, or to harness those middlewares for certain groups, and then how to exclude routes from the middleware. That's pretty fun. But in the members only videos of the YouTubes here, we have those three, but then we've got all sorts of different tutorials that make up the courses that I mentioned earlier. So, for example, all of the Linux Bash for Beginners course tutorials are in here, all 15. We then have all of the MySQL PHP tutorials, the PHP CLI tutorials, the HTML for Beginners, the PHP string course, the Docker course, and the PHP control structures course. These are all available for YouTube membership. And these are also available to purchase singly on the howtocodewell.net website. So this is what I'm striving to achieve, is to remove the courses from the YouTubes, put them as either membership or Patreon, so they will be Patreon, YouTube membership, and howtocodewell.net. So whether you want to support the show through Patreon, or whether you want to buy YouTube membership because you're interested in YouTube member-only chat on the live podcasts and you want some of these courses, or if you just want to buy a course on howtocodewell.net, that's cool. The future of howtocodewell.net is a little uncertain. I mean, I have some ideas as to what I want to do, but in terms of uncertainty, it's when this is going to happen. But one thing I would like to do is create a members section, and have subscriptions. So you can subscribe on a monthly basis and you would get all of the content that I've just mentioned, plus any new content coming through. Also, what I would love to have is a forum where I can actually build up the community. I want to kind of move away slightly from Discord. Discord's okay, but it would be nice to have forums where I can actually create forum boards specifically for the courses, and then when you log in, it will know which course that you've purchased, which means that it gives you access to those forum boards, those kind of things. There's also other things that I want to do around recommendations of content and courses. But with howtocodewell.net, we also have articles. So these are articles that are related to programming and software development and web development, but they don't necessarily teach you tutorial in the same sense as, you write this code and this happens. This is more a discussion. So we're talking about like video explainers or article explainers. So what is a database schema? What is a database? What is a DVCS? Understanding the programming landscape. And I have probably got until about midway through February the content that I want to push through. I predict that next year is going to be very busy, both on the contracting front and also in the life front. So I've been working really hard to try and get all of this content packaged up and then ready to be scheduled out. And when it goes through the quality control checks, like proofreading and the thumbnails get updated and the titles get tweaked, it's at that point that I will put them out to members, and then I will schedule them to go publicly live.